Hi, everyone. It's Mr. Hoffman, and today I'm going to be going over our project for the next few weeks, the Musician Biography Project. This will be in place of other assignments for the next few weeks, so you won't have other things to do. It'll just be this. Let's dive in and take a look at what we're doing. Introduction. Our objectives for this project are that at the end, you'll be able to say, I can research a famous musical artist. I can examine a musical artist's body of work, and I can produce a biographical presentation. I'm not going to read out the standards to you. You can pause this and read it for yourself, but we are relying on two sets of standards to talk about and think about what skills we are working on with this project: the National Core Arts Standards and also the Pennsylvania Academic Standards for the Arts and Humanities. So you can pause and take a look at this if you want. Overview. What is this project? Well, you will choose a famous musical artist or group to research, then gather facts and resources about their life. You can choose any famous musician from any time period, musician or group from any time period, culture, background, or genre or style for this project. Or you can select from one of the options provided, and you can look at that on slide 10. After you have completed your research, you will create a biographical presentation on that musician, as well as a listening journal entry on a song by your artist. Your presentation must include all of the required information in slideshow form, but it might be presented as a video as well, or you have that option as well. So what do you turn in? When is it due? Here are the components. You'll work on this project over the course of several weeks. It's not meant to be completed all at once. Stay on top of each component so that you don't fall behind. Due this Friday will be the musician selection form, this Friday, April 16th. That'll be a 10-point homework grade. And that's the assignment that you're watching this on. After that, 1 week later, on Friday, April 23rd, will be the research collection form, which will be a 40-point classwork grade. And this is where you'll get the bulk of your information for the about your artist or group for your presentation. And you're just getting that information, you're collecting it, and more on that later. 2 weeks after that, on Friday, May 7th, your biography presentation will be due. It'll be a 50-point assessment grade, and along with that will be the listening journal as part of your presentation, which will be a 20-point classwork grade. And that will round out everything with this assignment. So budget your time well. And let's dive in here. So common questions. Does it have to be one person, or can you do a band or group? Yes, you can do, you can do it on a musical group or band or one individual person. You have the choice. If you choose to do a group or a band, just make sure that you're including basic information on all of the members. So you might not have to do as much for each individual member, but you have to do something for all of them. Make sure that everyone is covered. I have a lot of other assignments to do. Can I turn this in late? No. This project is subject to the late assignments policy, just like any other assignment. So don't turn it in late. If you turn it in late, you'll lose points. If something comes up and you think you're not going to be able to turn in any part of your project on time, talk to me. I'm a reasonable guy, but you have to talk to me. You have to reach out, and we'll see what we can do. What are the rules on who I can choose for my project? The only rule is that your artist or artists must be at least somewhat famous. Other than that, you can choose anyone you like, as long as you can find the required information about them. So if there's a musician that you know about who performs a lot around your neighborhood and you really like their music, if you can find the information about them, then that's fine. But if you can't look them up on the internet, then and tell me all the information that you need about them, then you're going to have to choose somebody else. Where can I look to, or where should I look to gather information about the musician? You can look for information in a variety of places, including the musician's official website, biography.com, rockhall.com, that's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Britannica.com, that's the Encyclopedia Britannica, infoplease.com, and if you're really struggling, Wikipedia. I don't know who to choose. Can you pick someone for me? If you're having trouble choosing a musician for your project, I have included a list of interesting musicians on slide 10 of the slideshow. So I won't choose for you, but I can give you some suggestions. So here are the project components in depth. The musician selection, that is the assignment that is due this week, Friday, April 16th, and that's choosing a musician or group to research. And I realize I made the little grammatical mistake there. Sorry about that. It's my fault. I'm a human being. I make mistakes too. So before you can conduct research and create your presentation, you must decide on the musician or group that you will do your project on. Choose a musician or group whose music you connect with or whose life story inspires you. They could be living or dead. They can play any style of music, and they can be from any country or culture. There are almost no wrong choices. Like I mentioned, the musician should be at least somewhat famous. You need to be able to find the required information about them. Once you have chosen your musician or group, you'll fill out the musician selection document attached to this assignment on Google Classroom. You will need some very basic information for the form, including the stage name of the artist or group, their real name if it's different from their stage name, the style or genre of music, 3 songs by the artist, just listing them, reasons for choosing the artist, and one thing you are looking forward to learning. I mentioned stage name. The stage name is like, if they don't perform under their real name, then they might perform under this stage name. So for example, Sean Carter is a rapper who performs as Jay-Z. So that's one example. And as I mentioned, if you're having trouble, you can choose from a list of musicians on slide 10. Oh, there we go. All right. So fill out all of the parts of the document attached to the assignment on Google Classroom. And just to see who read this, when you're done, add a private comment in Google Classroom on the assignment with the word cheeseburger. You'll get a bonus point on this assignment. List of options. So this is what I mentioned. If you're having trouble choosing, you're not sure what to or who to do your project on. These are some people that or groups that you can do your project on. And to honor and recognize the contributions of musicians of color to music and culture, both in the US and around the world. All musicians listed on this slide are people of color. With that said, you can still do your project on anyone. It doesn't have to be somebody on this slide, but I compiled this list of great musicians and great groups who all happen to be people of color. There's Marian Anderson, Mary Clayton, John Coltrane, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, DJ Kool Herc, Terry M or Korean FX, Yo-Yo Ma, Bobby McFerrin, and Vienna Tang. And then also the groups Take 6, Sweet Honey in the Rock, and BTS. And there are other wonderful musicians out there. This is really only if you're having trouble deciding. So research collection and presentation outline. This research collection assignment will also act as your outline for the presentation. And it will have on it, it will have everything that your presentation needs to have in this assignment, even if it doesn't need to be on that document when it needs to be turned in. More on that will come later, but for now, let's dive in here. So this will be done on a Google Doc during the second week of the project, and a template will be provided for you. You must list your sources for all information in your presentation. If you get a piece of information, a fact, or an idea, or a picture, or anything from anywhere that is not your own brain, you need to cite your sources. You need to list your sources. And for us in this project, that means putting the link where it will say sources. This is absolutely super duper important. Anyway, here are the different sections. Your first thing will be a title slide. It will have your name, the artist's name, and a photo of the artist. Then the second section is quick facts. It will be their stage name, their real name if it's different, their birth date or age if alive, and if they are not alive, I should mention also the day that they died, their hometown and family members. Section 3 is early life. Section 4 is making it big. I won't read all of these out to you in the interest of time, but you can always pause the video and read each of these. But I'll go into this more in depth when I go over the research collection assignment. We also have career highlights, videos for career highlights. The listening journal will go there kind of in the middle of the project. That'll be number 6. Number 7 will be end of career, or if they are still making music, their next steps. Section 8 will be, did you know? Any interesting info that you couldn't fit anywhere else. Section 9 will be conclusion. There will be a little bit of writing that goes here. And section 10 will be your sources. And on that slide or section, you'll sort of list all of the sources that you used while creating this, this project. The listening journal will be part of this project, and that will be due with your presentation on Friday, May 7th. And I will post it on Monday, April 19th, 3 weeks ahead of time, so that you have time to do that before you really dive into doing the rest of your presentation. So the listening journal will be posted then. It'll be a standard listening journal assignment, similar to other listening journals this marking period in this year. You'll make sure to include your listening journal as part of your final presentation. That should say part 6 in the middle. You can do this by importing the slide into your final presentation or sharing your screen if you do a video presentation. And when you turn in your presentation with your listening journal, you can add a private comment. Never mind, sorry, forget that part of the slide that's left over from last marking period. I'm so sorry. So sorry. That'll be cleared up by the time I post it. All right, moving forward. Biography presentation. So this will be putting everything that you've done so far together. It'll be due on Friday, May 7th, and more information will be provided. But for now, here's what you need to know. You'll create a Google Slides, PowerPoint, or Canva presentation to present the information you gathered in your research. The content should be presented in the same order as I mentioned from the research collection form. You may need or want more than one slide for some of the sections, but in general, each slide or each section will be 1, maybe 2 slides at most. But you might need more or you might need less, who knows. Feel free to get creative with your presentation. If you have an idea that's more exciting than a slideshow, let me know and we'll discuss. We'll talk about some options, and I'm all for creativity. You'll just let me know if you have a different idea. But otherwise, it'll be a slideshow or a video. So you'll turn in one of the following, unless we talk about it and you do something else. A slideshow only, which will be turning in the slideshow to the assignment on Google Classroom, or video and slideshow. Using Zoom or a similar app, you'll record yourself presenting your slideshow. And for that, you'll upload your video to YouTube unlisted or Google Drive, and then you'll embed the video on a new slide immediately after your title slide. For both options, you'll have a table of contents with links to your musician selection and research collection documents on the first or second slide. And for this, the trade-off here, if you're deciding, should I do a video or should I do a video and slideshow, or should I just do a slideshow? If you do just a slideshow, I'm going to be expecting more writing from you on those slides. If you do a video and slideshow, you can do maybe some more bullet points, but you'll have to present it as part of your video. So that's the trade-off there. If you have any questions, come to office hours. Email me at shoffman@pantoja.esperapa.org or add a private comment on Google Classroom. Looking forward to seeing what you all do. Have a great rest of your day and have a wonderful, wonderful start to the last part of the school year. Bye.